Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to paint simple background with the Camlin brush pen. I'm going to create multiple flowers and leaves with the help of these brush pen. I'm having this 24 color set and I have divided my sheet into 4 equal halves so that I can show you 4 different backgrounds with this Camlin brush pen. So I have divided my sheet with the help of masking tape. So you can also divide your sheet something like this. So brush pen is same as brush, only it has a flexible tip in it, and these are auto filled brushes having different shades of color like this. So let's start with the first one. So for the first one I'm going to use all 4 green color shade. These are light green, dark green, olive green and phthalo green, and I'm going to use these green color in all the 4 shades or all the 4 section. And for the floral part I'm going to use different color. So for the first background I'm using all the shades of pink and magenta. So I'm using fluorescent pink and magenta for the first background. So brush pen is same like brush, so if you push your brush a little bit you will get little wider texture, and if you don't push it you will get little less wider texture. So based on your need you can create one petal having negative space in between, something like this. So these are the simple flower having 3 petals in it. I'm using different angle of flowers, but my process is same. I'm pushing my brush a little bit in the initial state, and then I'm releasing slowly to get the pointed end. So you can do something like this and repeat this flower throughout the sheet. This is very simple to paint, you just need little practice around it, and you need to understand how much pressure you need to create different size of petals. So we are done with the flowers. I think these are my main flowers. Now let's start some other flower with the same technique, but this time I'm creating a little smaller as compared to the first one, and I'm using pink color instead of magenta. So I'm repeating the same thing, but my color shade is different and my size of flowers are a little bit smaller as compared to the first one. Now with the help of green color, I'm using deep green color. I'm creating these longer leaves. These are one stroke leaves and very simple to paint. You just need to apply a little pressure and extend your brush little longer to create little longer leaves. And then you can also fill this area with the smaller leaves as well. So I'm just tapping my brush a little bit and I can get something like this. And likewise we have created floral petals, same ways we can also paint leaves. So I'm creating these 2 strokes leaves with the help of olive green color. So you can change the color based on your need, you can keep adding flowers and leaves, those kind of things. So this is my first combination of having green and pink flowers in it with different texture of leaves in it. You can also use light green color. I'm adding small leaves in between wherever I feel. Don't overdo it, and once you are satisfied with your background you can leave it like that. And I think we are done with the first one. Now let's start with the second one. So for the second one I'm using red color for the flower. Maybe we can also use peach color. So let's start with the red color first. This time I'm creating little different kind of flower, but my process is still same as first one. So this time I'm creating few longer petals, few smaller petal, few medium petal, and grouping it together to create one single flower. And I'm going to repeat this throughout the sheet like we did in the first one. So little longer petal, little smaller petal combined together to give you something like this. Now with the help of peach color, I'm creating a leaf kind of structure around every red flower that we have. Because these are auto-filled color, I cannot change my shade. You can use little bit of water to just get a little different shades of color, but I'm not using it. Just simply drag your brush towards left right to create different pattern. Now with the help of light green color, I'm adding a stem kind of structure in each red flower and peach flower as well. Based on the perspective of flower, you can add stems in different direction, and then you can also add little leaves around each flowers that we have. So first I'm applying 2-stroke leaves around peach flower, and then I'm also adding these leaves in between. This time I'm using more light green color as compared to the other green, and then with the help of phthalo green you can add more leaves in between. These are simple 1-stroke leaves, so I'm pushing my brush and releasing slowly to get the pointed end. So that's something I'm doing, and I'm repeating throughout the sheet. And I think these two colors are fine. If you want, you can use olive green as well in between, just to add a little more texture around it, but it's fine if you're not liking it. And we are done with the second one as well. Now for the third one, I'm using this sky blue color for the flowers, and I'm creating a rose kind of flower in it. So a round kind of texture, and then 2 bigger petals to cover that round texture to create a rose bird kind of a structure, and then I'm going to repeat it throughout the sheet. Now with the help of another shade of blue color, I'm just covering more petals into the round structure so that we can see a rose kind of pattern in our flowers. Then you can use green color to add stems, leaves, foliages. We also need to show some symmetry in these structure. So whatever I'm doing around one flower, I'm trying to repeat the same thing around every flower that we have. So I am adding 2 leaves for each flower. Repeat it, and then with the help of olive green color, I am creating leaf kind of structure. Basically I'm repeating the same thing. It's not in rocket science. You can use your own imagination to draw something better than this. Now we're done with the third one as well. Now let's move to the fourth one. So for the fourth one, I'm using violet color, and I'm creating flowers like this. So all petals are in the downside, and then we are going to create a ovary of the flower at the top. So I'm using gray color for the ovary of the flower, and then little dots around the ovary. And then with the help of purple color, you can add little petal kind of shape around the shade. These are very simple. I'm repeating the same thing with different shades again and again. I think now you will understand how we can create different background pattern with these brush pen. If you use water to just spread the color a little bit, then you can add more shades into your sheet. So that is something you can do. I just want to keep it simple so that even beginners can simply create all these background pattern easily. So that's why I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just trying to keep it simple. You can add filler flowers, you can add smaller flower, you can add bigger flowers, you can add different shape and size of leaves. Those things you can do, and keep adding those things in a pattern to get something like that. Let's use light green color as well, just to get a little contrast. The only limitation I feel we have in the Camlin brush pen is we cannot change the shades easily, and we need to use that particular shade if we are not using water. So that's the only thing. Otherwise it's very beginner friendly, and if you are a beginner you should try Camlin brush pen for your floral art. Now let's remove the masking tape slowly, and we are done. So hope you have liked this video. Do let me know if you have any feedback for me, and thank you so much for all your love and support, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.